You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for Modern Family. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Modern Family news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AFTERBUZZ TV for Modern Family.
Here we are, AFTERBUZZ TV. What's going on, everybody? I am Gian Molina. I'm here with my two lovely guests. We'll be discussing Season 3, Episode 4, known as Door to Door, which was the recent Modern Family episode. Hello, guest. Who are you?
Hello, I'm Shannon Joy Rogers.
Hello, Shannon Joy Rogers.
And I'm Taylor Orsi.
What's going on? So we just watched the episode Door to Door. First off, how much do we love Modern Family?
Oh my God, I love it. Actually, Kevin Hart is being added to the cast. Did you hear about that?
No, I did not.
He's going to be Phil's neighbor. So I just really badly want to be his extra tall girlfriend. I actually tweeted that yesterday. I was like, can I just be his extra tall girlfriend? And you only see like neck down.
Right.
In any shot on him because I'm so much taller than him.
That'd be amazing if we could make that happen.
Yeah.
So if that happens,
Put
then
that out there.
If that happens, I'm just gonna be requesting. I'd like to be the neighbor. I actually want to be like a family member of Sofia Vergara's family.
Yeah, you could be.
I could be.
You totally could be.
Yeah, there
The
could
brother
be,
they don't talk about.
exactly, who like shows up and like, hey guys,
Yeah.
what's going on?
You're Manny's real dad.
I'm Manny's real dad. Oh
Not-
my God.
Yeah, not that guy that like.
Wait, who was it?
Oh wait, did we?
Who played his real dad?
Didn't he like ride a motorcycle and have? He was like the coolest guy in the world.
I could be the
That's
coolest guy in the world. Did they show him though?
Yeah,
They did show
It
them.
was someone I can't remember his name. We'll look him up in a
We'll look
sec.
him up, yeah.
It was Juanes. That's who.
It was from the one. Yeah. That would be cool. I mean, even if I don't have to be Manny's dad, I could be like a
Julie's dad.
lost, a lost long cousin, or just someone who like is gonna make Ed O'Neill's life hell as well. So that'd be fun.
It could be like it could be revealed that they have a basement, and then they go down to the basement for advice, and you're actually just the voice of like a stuffed rabbit or something.
There you go.
It's like
Oh,
it's
wait.
like Desperate Housewives when they hid the son in the basement, or Arrested Development with
Right.
George Bush.
So this episode was really, I mean, they're all funny. Come on, we got it. We can't just say that one episode over the other is funny, but this one had some really, really fun stuff in it. To begin with, the whole stop sign incident, like that whole, I related to that so much because there was a street, because I lived in Long Beach, that had like there was no stop sign, so anybody could come at any point, and it had a pedestrian crosswalk without a light, so anybody could just be walking and driving, and people died constantly, I'm sure.
That's now, and look at the exact opposite happens in Santa Monica, where like I was hanging out with my friend a couple days ago, and we were in a crosswalk that was literally less than 10 feet long, and you heard the little voice coming out of the stop sign, the stoplight thing that was like,
Really?
wait,
Yeah.
wait, wait, wait.
For pedestrians?
Yeah,
That's
just
awesome.
over for 2 minutes. It was just like wait, wait, wait. It's like, I think it's probably because of tourists and they just don't want to. Like, I don't want to get sued.
Right.
Don't sue the robot voice.
Yeah. And with Julie Bowen's character, when getting into 2 near accidents, almost killing her husband, and then that car like is whipping by, she takes it upon herself to like get something done, to get a stop sign in. And that, like, has any parents or anyone in your life has ever gone to the extreme, like, hey, I have to change something, I'm gonna go and address that?
My mom got a stop sign in front of our house because somebody ran over our cat.
No. Really?
And they still didn't stop because nobody's
Let's have
there
a
to
moment of
enforce
silence
it.
for the cat.
Yeah, this is, hey guys, I'm trying to bring the room down here.
Right, yeah. Dead cats. That's gonna bring the room. Yeah, my mom. I remember. We were, I guess, coming home from church, and we were on our way to get something to eat, and a cop car pulls in front of us, and then like slows down a little bit, and there's nobody in front of him. There's nobody around, and he puts the brakes on really hard, and like almost makes my mom almost crashed into the cop car, and so she had to swerve, and the cop pulled us over, and my mom got so angry because this guy set us up and he was trying to teach a lesson like, well, ma'am, what if there was a kid in front and you have to be watchful of the car in front of you and it doesn't matter how fast I'm going. And she was like, you set me up. You, and yelling, and like my aunt is like in the front seat with her and she's like pinching her arm like, don't get arrested, don't get arrested.
Because did you eat anything at that point? You guys were still hungry because that's low blood sugar talking.
Count to 10.
We were
count
so
to
hungry.
10.
We were on our way
That makes a lot of sense.
Well, no, my mom hates like injustice. So my mom like spent the next like couple months trying to get this cop fired, trying to get the case, and I mean nothing happened. Like because he didn't write us a ticket. He just wanted to teach us a lesson, and boy did he pick the wrong people. My mom went after him, and she like I don't know if he got reprimanded, but they were like, "Come on, man, you can't be doing that kind of stuff."
They called him out.
They called him out,
They
but
called
like
him out.
it wasn't so much a slap in the wrist, but like my mom was determined that she was gonna do it, and she did something.
That makes sense that a cop would do something like that. I was reading this book about psychopaths, and it said that psychopaths, like one of the things that they like to do is take positions of power,
Right? Yeah.
like so they can have their little tiny kingdom and then rule it and just abuse the power.
Right. Yeah. And my mom will not take that.
And your mom,
My mom will not take that. Not so modern, but very just
family.
like very family.
You brought it back.
Very family.
Brought it back.
So and then we go back to the dad. The dad's my favorite character.
Oh my
Ty
God.
Burnell is the funniest.
Seriously.
Funniest dad, and I love him just coming home and then the instant magical head off bouncing the ball off his head into the basket.
Those moments that you just can't recreate.
Right, and I just love how much of a kid he is. Like he's like, well, buddy, that's our million hits. Like they were both really into it, and that bond with his son, I love.
Yeah,
they're like a little team together,
They
and
are.
it's so funny to watch them trying to accomplish things together. I love that so much.
I think. Wait, what was I gonna say?
I don't
Something.
know.
I like how that showed up in the first 5 minutes of the show, but they didn't make it a big thing because I
Right.
could imagine that happening in another sitcom, another scenario, and they're like, "Oh, this is
That's
gonna be
the entire
like, the
episode.
entire
Yeah,
episode
but
is
it was
trying
just, like,
to go
kind of a
viral."
beeline.
Yeah.
I'd imagine like that'd be like a Disney like show would do that.
Hey guys,
Like-
this is iCarly, and we're gonna learn how to make videos go viral today. My dad is the most awesome thing.
I'm gonna bounce a ball off the wall, off your head, off that giraffe.
way.
Yeah, and
Nothing but net.
Yeah, exactly. no, and but like their relationship really comes out in this. Like I love that. Like he was like, well, I got to go change his light bulbs. Hold on, and then he kind of like emasculates him by saying like, you know how many moms it takes to screw in a light bulb? None, because apparently you do it for her. And like,
Sucker.
and he felt so bad. Like he laughed because it was a joke, but like I felt so bad for him because he felt like, yeah, I guess I do things for my
The
wife.
kids are really precocious in this show. Like when Manny said, there's that whole thing about the dynamic between Jay giving Manny advice.
Oh,
and
right,
then right
yeah,
at the end,
write it down.
he's like, write it down. He's like, this one just says pancakes. But then at the end, Manny ends up getting his way because he's like, never go broke playing to a rich man's ego. So he's like, I got some advice.
Yeah.
And it works.
And you probably came to that too. I don't know. Has anyone ever given you guys advice? Because every time someone tries to give me advice, I feel like they are coming from such a left field. Like they're not trying to relate to you. They're kind of just like, hey, I have an opinion about something, and I'm gonna give it to you.
It's like they're playing from their own experience.
Mm-hmm.
The other day, well, you know what? That is not a G-rated story. But I do have a little piece of advice that my dad gives
At
me.
the break.
Yeah.
Taylor's going to let us know. We'll give you a synopsis.
Exactly. Well, stick around for the Louis podcast.
No, my dad gives a piece of advice to me when I'm dealing with like relationship stuff, or I just like started dating again. So he's like very protective of me.
Right.
And I'll meet a guy and I'll be like, this guy's really great, da 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 da. And he'll be like, Taylor, I'll be like, this guy's really good, but there's like this one part, but don't worry, he says he's working on changing it. And my dad's like, Taylor, people don't change, they only become more so. And I'm like, right. What?
Yeah, whatever he's trying to change, he's going to keep enhancing that one bad trait about him. So if he's an alcoholic who beats you, he's just going to get better at it.
Really good at it. He's going to put it on YouTube and get a million hits.
Exactly.
But he told me that like 4 years ago, and when he said it, I didn't get it. And now, like the older I get, the more that I get it. I'm like, okay,
Right.
I kind of get this. And I feel like when it really resonates with me, I'll be able to just get married.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
You're going to accept
To anybody that I see.
And my
First man that comes your way.
my favorite couple, Cameron and Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
God, they're so fun, and their little thing or their little storyline, which also I love. I mean, I don't know if this has ever been brought up in these podcasts, but like, I love how the ABC storylines are cut up between the three.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's
I
such
feel
a.
like-
I feel like it could be seen as like, oh, that's an easy way out to write it, but like, no, like it's really, I don't know. It puts us in a cool perspective, and then we get like things like Sofia Vergara and Eric Stone Street getting together, and then we'll break off, and then they'll come together in those moments.
Yeah, I feel like Cam and Mitchell's situation initially when the show started was kind of like the shocker, but they're the most normal out of the three families.
Exactly,
They're
and
like
I love
the most
that.
reasonable family.
In the pilot, I adored that part. That they're the most normal. That you know, they're just
two guys who love Lily.
Yeah, exactly, and trying to make that work.
Yeah.
Their story really resonated with me at the end when they're like just throwing stuff all over the house, and you know, basically it's Mitchell trying to prove to Cam that this is what he does, and Cam's trying to say like, no, I actually have a system. This is, you know, it's not that I don't like being messy. And for some reason, like that moment when that was happening is the thing that I think emotionally resonated with me the most.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's how I am with people that I love.
It also seems like they argue, but not really. Like they're just, it's a really cool relationship between them where they're just
they
kind of
understand each other.
Exactly.
They know exactly almost when to push your button.
Yeah, the right buttons to push. That's what I was
And then how to come back, and they're very sweet to each other. And I don't know, I just love how, the streetcar stuff. My God. Oh my God, that's such, I love it. I love it when shows can interject little things like that. And it was so funny how the dog, Sofia Vergara's dog, who she let out of the door because she was being annoying, and then the gate was open. When they're going to search for the dog, and Eric Stone Street is standing, or Cam for the fans, played by Eric Stone Street, is standing outside in a white shirt, yelling Stella, and he has that epiphany of like, oh my God, I just realized the part I was supposed to play.
I like how the little girl has kind of claimed the dog with the jump rope around the collar. That's so something I would have done. I'd be like, nah, this is my scooter. What are you talking about? That is my bell that I put on it. Like,
that was their dog?
Yeah, that was their dog.
I didn't know if they were just like, I was like, they're stealing a dog.
They might be. I mean, she found it. I mean, you could tell it was a jump rope.
I think they went through the collar and everything.
But I love that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She took it, she yelled, and they're all yelling on the sidewalk. I love that. And her name was Blanche.
Yeah.
Blanche, another streetcar thing, kind of like circling up that entire.
He's like, oh, stop it. Mitchell's going to love this.
Taylor, before we got into this, you mentioned that Act 2 had just door to door.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of door to door montages, and I love that because as a kid, I had to go door to door for everything, not just school stuff, but like we didn't have a lot of money growing up, and so I remember having to stand outside and go door to door, but then also stand outside drugstores and stuff trying to sell Heath bars so I could like go on all of the Y Camp field trips. And I thought it was part of it. My mom was like, this is a game. And I'm like, oh, this is the best game. And I would like be really friendly with people. Like, I get to sell Heath bars as part of summer camp. And my sister, who's 5 years older than me, was like, this is lame. I'm like, Corin, she thinks everything's lame. And then I was on the bus. We were me and my friend, I think her name was like Desiree, and she always had the best like Sanrio stuff.
Right. Oh, it was Desiree.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it was
For
Desiree.
people that don't know Sanrio, that's like the Hello Kitty
Kitty
and
and
the
Karobi and
frog
everything, and
Right.
she just like she always smelled like lip gloss. And
Ooh.
I remember I wanted to really impress Desiree, so we were on the bus home from like Raging Waters or something, and I'm like, yeah. So Desiree, how many Heath bars do you sell? And she was like, what?
Of course.
And I'm like, well, Heath bars, because you know how we sell Heath bars so we can be here as part of being at Y Camp. She's like, only poor kids have to do that. And I was like,
Yeah, I think the Heath Bar, like, I think one of their factories is in Long Beach, from where I live.
Oh, really?
really?
I
Why
think
are you
so.
hiding that delicious secret?
Yeah, let's go
up
there
until
right
now?
No,
Why are
it's
we
not a
here?
delicious secret. You don't want to go around that area.
Oh, is it nasty?
It's very nasty.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, but
well,
I mean,
Heath Bar
but
sales
that's
just went down.
sorry. Heath Bar is not a sponsor
I
of
still love
AfterBuzz
them.
TV. But like
The views
I've
expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
thanks, Stu. Stu is my lawyer. He's gonna chime in anytime I put the network on ice. I also I had a door-to-door job. It was like in, I don't know, I can't exactly know where the timeline is, but in Long Beach there was I sold security systems door to door.
Nice.
And I'm not gonna say which.
Is that how you broke into the houses?
No, but the sad thing is that we would get police reports of recent break-ins or burglaries or like, you know, where the bad stuff happens, and then that's where we attack because obviously someone got broken into. So we either get the people who got broken into or we get the neighbors around it because they, of course, will hear about it.
Yeah.
So we go door to door in the worst neighborhoods, and we're wearing like a blue shirt. We almost look like Best Buy employees, and we're left off on the
lost
corner.
our store.
Yeah, we get left off at a corner, and we have to walk each corner and go door to door, and we have a script, of course, and it's we're offering them like, hey, you get a free security system with this coupon I get you, and you just got to pay the monthly fee. Would you like to sign up today? And of course, nobody.
How much was it a month?
Probably
Like 2 or 3 Heath bars, really.
How many Heath bars was it a month?
It's probably 15 Heath bars.
Okay.
So
but
$500.
But not the one, not the caramel kind.
Oh.
Oh. So $2.
So anyway, this one time, they took us to Compton, and Compton, California, and I mean, Compton's not that bad, but like this part of Compton was. This part was extremely scary, and they dropped me off right at the corner, and I start walking, doing my thing. Nobody's home. There's a gang, an actual gang outside, and I'm just walking up. I'm not scared, you know. Kind of grew up with all this, so I'm kind of used to it. One of the gang guys goes like, "Hey, what are you doing walking around this late?" I was like, "I'm just working, man. You know, just trying to sell security systems." "Hey, dude, it's almost 9 o'clock. It's scary. Don't walk around out here." I was like, "Oh God, Jesus." The gang member is giving me like advice on like.
It's like advising you on your curfew.
Yeah, he's like, "Dude, don't walk around. You're gonna be a target. I'm not gonna be able to protect you because we're having a party."
Yeah.
And then I'm like, "Well, would you like security systems?" Like, "Nah, I'm with any name. Like, I already got security."
You're
And
like,
so,
oh, okay.
so then I'm like, okay, well, whatever. So then I'm walking down a couple more houses and I knock on this door, and a guy opens up and puts a shotgun to my like chin, and
Nice.
I'm not freaking out, but like I'm like I feel it, and I'm like, what's going on here? And I start saying my script. Like I start going, "Hello, sir. I'd like to interest you in a promotional." I don't have the script with me. I haven't memorized. I'm like, this promotional
Oh, shit.
free security system, all installed and
Wow.
free, and all you would have to do is pay a monthly fee and blah 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 blah. And he's like, "Shut up." Of course, he was more vulgar. "Shut up. I don't need security, obviously." It's like, "Okay, sir. Well, you have a good day. I'd like to leave now." "Yeah, get out. Better not come back." closes the door.
So you guys got a lot of customers that night.
No, I got fired that night.
Oh no!
Really?
Because I went back to my van. I texted the van. I was like, "Hey, I'm done. I need to cool off for a bit." And then I tell them the story. I'm like, "Hey, yeah, this is what happened." And my team leader was like, "What? Which house? I'm gonna go talk to him." I was like, "No, I didn't. I just told you the guy has a shotgun." And unless
Don't
you
try to be
guys
the hero.
also have guns, we're not gonna survive.
It turns
Yeah.
out that you have guns.
No, yeah, that'd be funny. Well, we do got guns. Let's go back.
Security system.
No, so he's like, which house is it? And I refused to tell him, and then they fired me. They're like, yeah, they fired me
Wow.
because I wanted to save their lives. And
sucks.
it does suck.
So Modern Family was on.
Yeah.
That was
Bringing it
fun.
back. Bringing it back.
Circles.
Circles. Well, no, I mean that the shotgun guy represents the guy who doesn't believe in wrapping paper.
Yeah.
yeah.
That guy doesn't
That's
believe.
that guy.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
intertwine those stories there.
Right. And I love going back on a lighter note, but I'm okay, guys. It was just a shotgun.
Gion's fine.
I'm fine.
It's a great story.
Thank you. I hope
is.
everybody was
He's
tuned
rich
in.
in stories.
Rich in stories. So yeah, I love in that montage how like he kind of lets Manny just try his stuff out, and he's so bad at it.
Yeah.
You know, he's just like with the Jewish lady, like saying like, "Hey, you know, do you
was
love
so
Christmas?"
honest.
Yeah, he's so honest. I love that.
He's so
Oh, then you
honest.
like deals.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah.
And Jay's just like,
I know
oh
about
God.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You never work with door to door, Shannon?
Actually, not professionally, but as a kid.
I wouldn't say I did it professionally.
Okay.
either.
But as a kid, I was very influenced by the movie Milk Money.
Oh.
And I would try to sell people their newspaper for like $0.25.
Really?
Their own newspaper?
Yeah, I just like get it out of the yard and walk up and ring the doorbell and be like, "Hey,
You're a hustler.
here's,
Yeah,
here's
that's-
Sunday paper."
They're already providing your product, and you're making a profit.
I'm
off
the
of that.
middleman. Okay,
Yeah.
there's the the statesman, then the paper boy.
Yeah.
I just move it from
the
sidewalk
Yeah.
to
You're actually doing a
hand
service
delivery.
because I mean,
boom, a quarter. You didn't even have to walk outside.
Exactly.
What if it's raining?
Oh, yeah, that's a
Exactly.
convenience fee. I
Yeah.
get it.
That's
yeah.
what it was. I was the convenience fee.
Sharon,
eight.
Shannon's a business major,
Yeah.
so she's good with that. So the YouTube video comes into play during the city hall meeting, which, by the way, David Cross is a guest on it.
Yeah, it's great.
I love cameos like that.
I
Like,
love him getting pissed about the cake.
The
That's
cake.
something I would be so mad about. If I thought I was getting ice cream cake all day and I bit into that and it was like warm chocolate cake,
Oh,
I'd be
God.
like, what is this?
I've never liked regular cake. Like I've always either had ice cream cake or there's this like special like
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The pudding in the middle or something?
oh yeah
Those?
tres leches as we would call it. So I've always liked either moist cakes or cakes that are ice cream.
Not the Albertsons like
No, like
$5.99
Party
like,
sheet cake.
yeah.
party sheet cakes or even
That's
like
not a party.
yeah, it's not a party or even baked cakes that aren't fruity in some way.
I
or,
like baking cakes that are multiple layers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my super X-Men power is that I'm like, this situation calls for a 7-layer cake.
Oh God.
I can do this.
Ooh,
Who died?
7
I can
layers?
do it. Yeah, I can do it. And so
Got
because
some
it's like
ingredients for you.
having those the having the cake separated with delicious
Oh my God.
frosting or like a pudding or a cream or
Gummy
a reduction.
bears.
Gummy
So
bears.
Yeah, hamburger,
Throw it in
anything.
there.
Oh God.
I
that
had
sounds-
Now I'm just talking about
a
hamburger.
German chocolate cake where they put Lay's potato chips in it.
Ooh.
And it was so good.
Really? Wow.
You got so excited.
No, I got confused. Really. Well, I had
Yeah.
German chocolate cake last night.
Oh, yeah?
But in a cupcake form.
Oh, okay.
Really good.
It's like one chip.
Run- yeah.
Yeah, the saltiness and then the texture from the crunchy is like
That sounds really
it's not
good.
over the entire cake, but some parts you get
Right.
that
And
surprise.
I mean, so like if you get, if you're expecting
Yeah, it's the
something like
cake.
that,
Sorry.
yeah, the cake, yeah. If you expect something that you want like that and you don't get it, like, I love that. I love that David Cross made such a big deal about it. And if you see on his cake, he had like little race cars.
cars.
Yeah. Little cars. And then the family comes together. They, the mom thinks she's never reaching anybody and doing things on her own. And
Yeah.
the whole blind side. The whole Blindside references. I love.
I'm blindsiding you.
I'm blindsiding you.
I want that to
He
catch
means
on.
so well.
The
but
blind
he's
side is
just-
the black kid who
yeah,
plays
yeah.
tight end.
Defensive line. Sorry, African American kid.
Then the YouTube video at the end, they've spent all day trying to perfect to reenact
Oh yeah,
their
yeah.
magic, and then they ended up using that time to help mom, and the acting in it is amazing.
I love this. I love any time he's Clive Bixby because he's like
Yeah.
a oblivious James Bond version of himself.
Yeah.
You know, he's kind of smooth, but he's not.
And funny, you know, like The Office had that too. Like when Steve Carell was Michael Scarn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like we have Michael
yeah.
Scarn, and then we have Bixby, and then
Yeah.
the ball shot at
at the
the end.
very end. So funny.
God.
That's
It's like extra. I feel like that was just like an extra clip on the timeline that they just
Right.
like exported. And it was like just happened to be there.
Well, they have the footage, so
Yeah.
they might as well.
that's the thing that I love about Modern Family is that they have jokes, and then somewhere around the third act, there's always the way that they ground it and how much
Right.
they love each other.
Yeah.
Like where they go to help out the mom,
Mm-hmm.
or the thing that Jay said that really made me be like, oh, he does love Manny, is
Aw.
when he was like, I'm not gonna be around forever.
Yeah.
And that kind of changed the tone. And then Manny was like, nah, I played to his ego. So it's
Yeah.
like there's levity there, but at the same time, oh man, and this was my favorite scene when they're fighting.
When they're fighting, yeah. No, I mean that's like the essence of the show and why we love it is because it is showing family relationships. How no matter how odd it is, and we all have odd family relationships,
Yeah.
all have stories about
Been there, done that.
how your dad has done this, how your mom has done that, how your sisters, brothers, whatever. The important thing, and Modern Family does it so perfect, is no matter what the situation, no matter how angry or weird we can get with each other, at the end of the day, we're family and we do love each other.
Yeah.
And
Also, I really want a relationship like Cam and Mitchell's.
I do too.
That's it. That's
I
all. That's it. That's what I want for myself.
like in
It
their
could be
home,
gay. I don't care. I don't care.
it's all acceptable. It's all acceptable.
I'm enjoying the new Lily, by the way, because
Yes.
I
Was
had
that a new Lily?
Yeah, they changed the other. There were twins that were actually a boy and a girl. But they changed them because they didn't have a good time on set. You know, their mom said that
Really?
they would cry pretty much every time they had to go on.
man.
Yeah.
And this little girl
She's so
kills
fun.
it. She's
yeah.
so awesome. Yeah, she's so adorable.
But the other lady was also younger.
Yeah.
You know, like, but I mean, I
Yeah.
guess it wasn't working out. But the fact that she's a little older and now
I just feel like those girls are gonna grow up and be like, we could have been like the Olsons or the
Nope.
the twins that are
Not anymore.
fraternal. Yeah,
you're done. She's now gonna be a little star.
yeah,
Oh God! And then
so funny.
and see, that's the best kind of trouble you get into with like the the social worker coming in to check up on Lily.
Like, and they just keep in that moment. Even the day player just is like, didn't even break. Like,
No.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, that eye fell off in front of me. I would be trying with all my might to not laugh.
I
you
would
know?
get in trouble. My dad and I got into a lot of trouble because my dad would promise me things and then, but he would like for example, he'd be like, we're going to the Laker game. I'm like, awesome, let's go to the Laker game. He wouldn't buy tickets. So he would, because he used to work at a newspaper. So he would try as hard as he could to get a press pass, but
Oh,
without
yeah.
anyone like giving him one.
Mm-hmm.
He just said like, oh, no, I work for La Opinión, which is a Spanish newspaper. I'm here to see the game. And like about maybe 6 times I recall, he got us like before the game for warm-ups and we got to meet the players.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
at
awesome.
when it was at the Great Western Forum. I don't know if he could pull that off now.
Yeah.
But like when we got press box, free food, and my dad,
best.
my dad would always be like, "Oh, let's see if it works." And I'm always like, "Dad, no!" Like I always feel
But what
like
do you have to lose? You have so much.
Yeah,
to gain.
no, I guess I always thought like oh, they can take us to jail. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, and just seeing your dad go off the rails and just be like, "Yeah, let's try. Sweet, we got in," and then he'd celebrate like, "All right, we're in the building, half the battle." Like, just like,
yeah.
oh my God. Yeah, he had me paranoid a lot, but we got to do really cool things.
Did it ever not work?
It many times. Many times it did not work.
So there's the downside.
And many
And
times.
then Gian started crying. They had Plan B right
Yeah.
then.
I'd either cry or run
This
away.
is his last wish.
Yeah.
From the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
No, my dad would be like, we know her, you know us, and he would just like make contact.
Maria.
Oh my god.
Maria, I met you last week.
I love you. And then like I don't know how he would get some lady to play along. Some lady would be like, yeah. Oh, yeah, they're with me. And then I'm like, who is this woman? And I'm just like, I don't know, but she's cool.
Well, it was smart of your dad to bring you along because he'd be like, don't say no to me. Look into my son's eyes and say no to him.
Yeah.
Just throw that puppy dog face
I was a
on.
cute
Don't worry, son.
little kid,
You'll have a happy birthday next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. On my birthday, we got into Universal for free using it's his birthday. We just came from, and he made up some, came from Arizona, which we weren't. We were like California residents.
15 minutes away.
Yeah, it's like, and it was just really funny to like always get into trouble with my dad. And my mom, when she would hear, she'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe you're teaching him to sneak into places and lie, which I don't do as much now. My dad was better at it. Awesome. So let's go to announcements, AfterBuzz announcements, and predictions. Big Ben, send us there.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Well, I mean, with these shows, there aren't that many predictions, are there?
They're
They're
this-
sitcom. It's
yeah.
it's situational. So, I mean, the prediction that you gave us at the top of the show, who's joining the cast again?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be the neighbor of
Phil.
Phil.
He's a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah. Do you know exactly when that's?
I don't know which episode. I don't know if they've even. I just heard this this week.
Was it on Deadline or
it was on the internet.
Yeah, deadline.com. That's where a lot of the news and
it was on his Twitter also.
Nice.
Kevin Hart for real.
Oh, and a really cool thing about the little boy, what's his name? Nolan. He was apparently a genius.
Yeah,
right?
he's been in what's it called again?
Mensa.
Since he was 4.
And it's so funny because he's always playing like the kid who's like the dopey kid who that his dad gets
or his
to play
sisters
with.
make him do stupid stuff.
Exactly.
Know? And yeah.
He in like the first season, he was always the kid who got his head stuck in the
rail, stairs. Yeah,
that's so cool that it takes a brilliant kid to pull off.
It does.
A kid who's not all there.
He's a sophomore in high school. He's 13 years old.
Is he?
Yeah.
And I love that he tweeted, right? He tweeted that
no, he had if you look at his Twitter profile, the info or the about me or whatever says something along the lines of, "I'm not an idiot. I just play one on TV."
That's
and
funny.
I remember watching because I just learned today the kids in Mensa, but just it kind of struck me as something that was weird to put that's a weird thing to put. I guess he's sensitive about that. Yeah. And it makes sense.
Stop asking me to do stupid stuff.
Exactly. Maybe
people.
that's it. Maybe when people see him on the street, they're like, hey man, let's do some dumb things. Like, guys, please.
You ever take that test where your
he's like, come on.
Yeah. Get your head stuck in that thing.
Yeah. I just made a rocket.
Come on.
I'm not going to do the test with the hands bigger than your face. I know it already.
What? No.
Now, I mean, here's a prediction. I think the 3 of us might be on that show someday.
Let's put that out there.
I think I'm going to put that out there. And we're all going to be different things. I'm definitely going to be part of Sofia Vergara's other family who's coming to visit.
All you got to do is write a spec episode, shoot
with
it.
Me. Yeah. Shoot it with the cast. And
take parts of different episodes, dub over the voices, send it in to ABC, done. We can go to Steve Levitan's house.
Perfect. It's down the street, right?
It's actually in Brentwood where I quick story.
Whoa. Yeah, let's not give actual streets.
No.
Showrunners and producers.
I know that it's around the house that I briefly stayed at when I first moved to LA because a friend of mine was flipping houses up there. And so there was a house that was being renovated that they couldn't work on the interior anymore until they fixed the landscaping because it was on a big hill that, you know, it was going to cost more than the house basically.
Funny.
So people would just come into town and stay there. And so I stayed there for the first month, but I know that it was around that area somewhere.
I used to live down the street from Ronnie Bingenheimer.
Who's that?
Rodney on the Rock.
Oh, nice.
For a little bit.
Nice.
So, you know, it's LA. Well, we used to live by everybody.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's concludes our AfterBuzz.
Awesome.
On Modern Family, door to door.
So fun.
Do we have any things to promote, you guys? You guys want to promote anything real quick?
funnyordie.com/ShanJoy Rogers.
I've got a Twitter. It's Taylor Orsi.
Taylor Orsi. That's ORCI. Awesome. Then you can find me at Gian Molina. That's Twitter. My Twitter at Gian Molina, or Tumblr, giancast.tumblr.com. Thank you so much. We'll be back next week with episode 5.
All right.
We'll see you then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good, King. Jobs.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
From producers Kevin Undergaro.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.